morning from Rabat. I started the day with just the most uniquely traditional Moroccan breakfast. I don't think I've ever had a breakfast like that in my life. Raisins, dates, some Moroccan pastries, and a whole load of other little things, little plates just dotted around the table. It was fantastic. I've just booked a hotel. Now, I found this difficult, where to actually set my next destination. Should I go more directly down south to Marrakesh and then cross inland after that? Or shall I just go directly inland from here? Much smaller developments, no big cities or anything like that. And I decided the latter, to go directly inland now. So aiming exactly for where I want to enter the Sahara Desert. I've forgotten the name of the town, and I'm not even sure it's actually a town. It may just be a small village, just with a couple of buildings around. I've booked a place there. It's around about, I think it may be about £28 a night. But I found that once you leave the big cities and you start looking on booking.com and the likes of Marrakesh, even Rabat, reviews of properties get very ropey. There are a lot of 3 out of 10 star reviews, plenty of 5 out of 10 star reviews, but I managed to find what I hope is a little oasis. It's 4.5 hours away and about 350 kilometers, I believe. It's 12 o'clock. Let's hit the road. There's no way I'll make the same mistake as last time and not take cash out before I leave a big town. So I'm off to try and find a cash point somewhere in Rabat, because I'm heading at least towards the middle of, well, not the middle of nowhere, but way less developed areas. And even here I find in the towns it's so difficult trying to find a cash point. Rabat though, fascinating place. I was walking around at about 10 p.m. and there are sellers, independent sellers, all individuals selling eggs, vegetables, handmade shoes, pottery, jewelry, but working right up until deep into the night. It's fascinating. I feared this may happen. Tried taking cash out from 2 separate machines and they won't give me cash. It just says error code. Don't know, it's such a simple thing, not being able to get cash out. And it puts you in a position where I'm not sure what to do. I guess I'll just have to hit the road and buy food from supermarkets if they accept cards, and obviously hope that paying for fuel, they accept cards as well. Otherwise I'm in trouble. Found one. 30 minutes searching. Thank you, Bank of America. That was 3 different cash points. They must have all been Moroccan, wouldn't give me any cash, but the International Bank of America came to my rescue. Good going so far. I'm about an hour in, but I made a massive mistake. It took me an extra hour to leave because as I got to the bike, put the panniers on in the outskirts of Rabat, I clicked the hotel on booking.com and it said location not found. So the location on booking.com wasn't the same as the location on Google Maps. So I have to run back to the hotel. I had to run back, found the property on Google Maps instead of booking.com, and it said it was a 9-hour ride in completely the opposite direction. So I had to cancel that property and then desperately rebook another property that's at least roughly in line with my route down to the Sahara. Hello. Bonjour. Bonjour. Oh, the character, the things you see. It's fantastic. Bonjour. I'm hoping to get there in 3 hours or so. I've been recording the entire trip with this, the Insta360 X3 camera. It's really an incredibly impressive bit of kit. You can record in 360 degrees, meaning just with the press of a button, you can focus forward, get back home and use the app or your desktop app, and you can decide where the camera focuses in complete 360 degree vision. So you can pan from straight on, twist the camera to focus away from you to the side. It's amazing. It records in 4K. I think it actually records in 5.7K as well. Picture quality is superb. It gives you more options to mess around with and play around with than other action cameras, for example, AI stuff like Sky Swap, and you can mount it in so many creative positions. I'll try and show as many as I can in this video, but this is my favorite. There's a mount here that I've put on, and there's also a mount here. Lift it up as high as it will go on the back, turn it on 360 degrees, and you can actually film yourself almost like it's a drone. And then if you see some nice scenery, you can span round to the side. It's just the most incredible bit of kit. And then you can take it off. I've kept it on the selfie stick there, and I can mount it here. And also I can mount it without the selfie stick right on the front there, so you get a really close to the road view. It's a completely game-changing bit of kit. I'll include all of the details of my exact setup in the written description below, but that is the Insta360 X3, and things I would say are essential. That is the lens case, because you can see it's got a lens on the left and a lens on the right, and they're convex, so they jut out. So I always put that on immediately. And if you click on the link in the description, you get something else I would say is essential. Selfie stick. This is very clever. I've just got this. This is a wireless control. So you don't need to jump off the bike to start and stop the Insta360 camera. You can either put this around your wrist or you can attach it to the handlebars of your bike. Very, very slick little thing. I've been using it on my wrist at the moment, but I may put it on here for a little bit. So that's it. Again, details in the written description, but selfie stick, Insta360 camera. That is the motorcycle clamp. So there's a motorcycle bit of kit as well for Insta360 that I highly recommend. And then this is where the selfie stick can also attach to the tank. I had a few people commenting that the Bonneville will definitely be dumped at the side of a street or side of a road somewhere in Morocco near the Sahara. And this is the first time on the trip where I've really felt alone now. Because if I do break down, the reality is I have no idea what I do. I've got no phone signal, I've got no data. There's no one anywhere, and it hasn't been for about 30 minutes now. So I really, really need the Bonneville to not let me down. Onwards and upwards. Got to keep going. It's incredible though. Really riding heaven. It's amazing. And I saw the most beautiful yellow bird just in the tree behind. Right, an hour and a half to go. And I need to make sure at least I carry water. I mean, that's ridiculously irresponsible. This road is almost maddening. I haven't seen anyone in so long. People, shops, fuel, nothing exists here apart from endless arid landscape. I feel like time doesn't go either because it's beautiful, but it's tight bend after tight bend and it never ever ends. It's funny what your mind does to you when you're in a slightly unusual situation, because now I'm far more conscious of going over rough bits of gravel just in case I get a puncture or something like that, and just thinking, what if the Bonneville breaks down? I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. But then you just have to override it, realize how lucky you are to be in a position like this. But I've never in my life been on a road like this. I could go to sleep here in the middle of the road and no one would come. I wouldn't get run over. There is no one anywhere. apartment tour. This is what £21 a night gets you, which is probably the cheapest hotel I've ever stayed in. Apologies, I'm not zooming out the camera. That's because my iPhone camera, the most zoomed out one, has stopped working. So little table area, bed, balcony, overlooking what now feels like it's getting more desert-like in landscape. So that's the view from outside. Little chair, again, colossal bed, and very good bathroom. Oh, and I'll wrap it up there. That was probably one of the longest, most extended periods of spectacular scenery with no one around that I've ever witnessed riding in my life. It made the day feel longer probably than it was because there was no one around, no petrol stations, no shops, nothing at all. It's 8 o'clock now, so probably in reality I was riding for about 6 or 6.5 hours, but about 5 of those hours, just me, no one else at all. So I was delighted when I got to the outskirts of town here, went to fill up with fuel, desperate again, and the man fills up with fuel, old angry man, fills up with fuel, and then I show him my debit card and he's like, l'argent, l'argent, money, money, so rude. So then I have to use some of the precious little money that I've got. And the problem is, as I get further and further out of civilization, bigger built up cities, the chances of me finding a Bank of America type place to withdraw cash is fairly minimal, I would guess. But I've just checked on Google, 7 hours. 7 hours to the Sahara desert, to the gateway to the Sahara, Ouarzazate, the town. If I'm feeling extra adventurous, I may try and smash it out tomorrow. I just can't stop. It's so ridiculously fun. I mean, I'm stopping all the time to take pictures, so everything's taken twice as long, but it really is. It's an amazing experience. There's a restaurant downstairs, so I'm going to go gorge 2 meals worth because I haven't eaten all day. There's been nowhere to eat. And I will see you in the morning when I decide if I'll split it into 2 rides or 1 day to the Sahara. Have a good one all.